Okay, so share your name and where you live first.
Ross Whalert, and this is my wife.
Josi Whalert.
Josi Whalert.
We live in northern Colorado.
On a ranch.
On a ranch.
Yeah,
In the middle of
fantastic.
nowhere.
Middle of nowhere.
And so you're helping me out with a couple of things. One is I want to restart the podcast, and I'm really trying to get clear about the pain points that cause people to leave sort of what they were experiencing of church. And if you could kind of name like the emotion, what was it that was true for you guys? What would you say?
You go first?
Yeah, I think for me the emotion was probably anger, and maybe even shame.
Okay, anger at.
Anger at the system that kind of chewed us up and spit us out.
Yeah.
And sort of ashamed that I let myself get as far down that road as what I did.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Josie, what about for you?
I didn't experience emotion for a long time. I was so emotionally backed up and numb that I just felt dead inside and needed to get out, or I knew we wouldn't last any longer. So
It's really numb. Is what
I
you were
was
experiencing.
very numb. Yep.
And you knew you had to get out because it was going to go downhill from there.
I was going to suffocate.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
Suffocation. That's a pretty powerful picture.
It's a
When you
pretty-
found Luke 10, how did you find Luke 10, and what was that like for you?
Well, my dad had started an online church during COVID.
Oh, okay.
And one of our trainers, Jason, was kind of helping to get this thing to flesh itself out, and I met Jason. And so I actually had looked at Luke 10, thought it wasn't for me, and through relationship decided I was absolutely wrong and needed to be part of this movement.
What about it drew you though? Once as you
Yeah.
began to understand it, what?
I think the most remarkable thing is that my children are allowed to take up just as much space in the church as I am.
Yeah.
And I had never experienced that before.
Yeah.
And so that was extremely important to me, and being able to show up and be a mess and not perform rocked my world. And
Because you were a performer.
I was a
you're a
performer.
musician
I was a
and
worship leader,
really
and
good.
we did the youth groups and all the things. Yep. So it was just the fact that I got to let loose, let a breath out, take a fresh breath back in, and begin to learn what emotions I even had,
Yeah.
and then untangle them once I knew I had them.
How long has it been since from when you started to here?
Almost 5 years.
5 years. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah.
What about for you, Ross? What's your journey with Luke 10? Similar, but what's it been like for you?
Yeah, similar. It started out that kind of one of the things with this online church with her dad that we were part of was he wanted to kind of help Jason get going as Jason was wanting to do some Luke 10 stuff. He had kind of a group of people with this online church that he said, hey, some of this would be good. So we sort of out of an obligation almost, I did this Church 101 thing that was like, and I'm like I have to get on a website, and I'm like, and quickly realized that there were some really valuable tools, but beyond that, just community rhythms of life. That it was one of our one-liners goes, what if church was like this? To really be joy-fueled and Jesus-led, and have the relational skill to do church through that lens. Just totally like, we've tried different church settings and different times over the last 4 years, and nothing's like it. Nothing else compares.
And from Church 101, you've sort of continued on with the training, and what's that been like for each of you guys?
I finally get the chance to do intentionally what I was sort of already doing intuitively. And I quickly realized that the way I was wired and designed fit perfectly into the rhythms and the pathways here. And it's it's really cool to train people, but I feel like I'm the lucky one because it's exactly according to how I'm wired, and I get to observe and watch people grow and watch the light bulb moments and
But
watch
you're
the.
a female. You're not supposed to be doing
Oh, I
this.
know. I know. I shouldn't have any
Is that-
authority, right?
What's that been like in your past?
I was treated
I heard
very
that sigh.
differently. I was not even trusted to have my own opinion. I had to have my husband verify anything that I said or did, and now I get to just cheerlead people as they grow in Jesus. And
So you became a listed facilitator,
yep,
and then the next step is you become a trainer now.
yep, trainer in training.
Training, yeah, in the process.
Still got my
Who's training
wheels
you?
on. Jason Twombly.
No kidding. Let's continue on. And you said something the other day I just thought was great. You said, I could do this all day.
I could do this all day.
It's like you're living in your God-given design.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yep, and it's energizing.
Yes, it creates energy as opposed to
Yep.
draining energy.
It's almost like it's joy fuel.
There you go. It could be a book. Did you do facilitator training too?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay. Yet.
He
Yet.
needs to.
I say yet because, I had to kind of hit a season of, she was running in this lane.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, but I'll say as a kind of the tag along, I've never been treated like a tag along at any conference or gathering like this or anything.
Beautiful.
And I really believe I found my people. And so over the last, when was the last conference? September?
Yeah.
August,
Yeah,
September,
just
something like
last
that.
September.
So over the course of the last 8 months,
Yeah.
the Lord's been stirring something. And even, that's a takeaway maybe that I didn't share is I feel like the Lord's kind of stirring that in me to continue with some facilitator training.
Yeah, beautiful. Great. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. This is a great story that God's doing in your lives. So.